All right, guys, welcome to day 9 of another live. Listen, guys, it's been 9 days, 9 consecutive days in which we've been going live. 9 consecutive days. We're talking about everything from business to marketing to life to mindset to everything that you need in your life to personally grow. Okay, so if you guys are just joining me now, it's day 1. Let me just kind of give you a recap as to what we've covered on. We've covered everything from the power of habits. Okay. Covered everything from actually going for rejection. Okay. And we've covered a few things about marketing tips and basically Facebook advertising. So let me tell you something there, guys. Listen, this this is a presentation that you don't want to miss. You don't want to miss because what I'm going to be talking to you guys about today is listen, I'm chilling at home right now. And what I'm going to be talking to you about today is I'm going to be talking to you about should you or should you not start a business? Okay, listen, most people like on the fence, like, hey man, should I actually do it? Should I not do it? You might probably be in a position where you're like, I hate my job. I don't know if you hate your job. If you hate your job, then I think that's a life decision. That's something you actually have to discuss between you and your spouse, you and God. I don't want to be that. You might be even thinking, you know what? Hey, the bills, right? Most people, okay, so more than 60% of Americans will not admit this, but they are living on a paycheck to paycheck scenario. Because guess what? If you're looking at inflation, if you're looking at things in a sense as to you're like, hey, we're not making enough money, and you're like, all right, you don't have enough skill sets as to go out to go somewhere else to go and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna apply for a job. I'm gonna go ahead and go get more money somewhere here. I'm gonna go ahead and go do this. I'm gonna go ahead and go do that. So like, hey, you know what? I'm thinking about starting a business. So we're gonna cover the different sides of this. I want to show you guys something. Okay. There's different ways in which you can reach your financial goals because not everybody starts a business for the perspective of like, you know what? I just want to start a business because here's the guy. I want to share. I want to share this with you guys here. I want to share something with you here. Is because not everybody starts a business saying, "Oh, you know what? I want to go ahead and start a business. I think a business is something that I think y'all we need to go ahead and start." So for that, I want to go ahead and share this with you guys here. Okay, I want you guys to see this. So
start a business. They just think it's trendy. Think about this. How many skills do you need to have to run a business?
Well, at the start, you have to be the jack of all trades. You literally have to do everything. You have to do the finance,
Skill,
the design stuff.
Skill.
You need to do the legal stuff.
Skill.
You need to raise money.
Skill.
Social storytelling.
That's like 10 skills. And people want to start a whole business from scratch. Don't start a business, start a skill. I think people underestimate how hard it is to start a business. They just think
let's go ahead and let's get back to me here. Let's come back to yours truly. So a lot of things that he said there, you might be saying, okay, you know what? All right, now you've got my attention. I want to start a business. Starting a business was something that I was thinking about. Starting a business was something in which I was like, you know what? I was on the fence. I was thinking about doing it. But the thing is, this is you might be the best baker on the planet. Okay. But that does not mean that you should start a business. Listen, you might be the best plumber. But that does not mean that you should start a business. Listen, you might be the best caterer. Doesn't mean you should start a business. Just because you look good doesn't mean you should go start OnlyFans. I'm just saying. Okay, some people might do it. I don't know. Just I don't say. Just because you have a nice car does not mean you should go drive for Uber. There is a few things that come into place that a lot of people are not paying attention to before they go ahead and go start a business. Come on, guys. Listen, I want you guys to pay attention and listen to me here, okay? If going into business is something that you're like, that is the way forward. That is the way in which I want to use it to go ahead and make some more money. That is the way in which I think I'm going to go ahead and, buy a Lambo. Let's say you go ahead and attend Amway, or I don't want to talk bad about any company, but let's say you go attend some company that tells you that if you come here and you sell their product, whatever it is, you make $1 million. Hey, you never know. I don't know. There's companies like that. But you think that's the way forward. A lot of times, does that work? Yes. But there's a lot that goes into making it work. There's a lot that goes into actually making it work. And here's what you have to realize, and here's what you have to understand is if you do not have what it takes, it's not going to succeed for you. I'm being legit here. I want you to pay attention. I am being legit. If you're driving back from work, listen, I got 358 people live with me. Listen, guys, let me see. Do I have a sound effect? No sound effect. But give yourself a round of applause. If you're driving, don't take your hands off the steering wheel because I do not want you to get in a crash because my ass is not going to come out there and save you. So please do not do that, okay? But what I want to go ahead and dive into here today is I want to go ahead and dive into something that I believe most people are not basically paying attention to, right? I'm not really getting into slides, but I want to go ahead and share a few things, right? You might be thinking, all right, I can be the next Elon Musk. You know, who's Elon Musk? Who is this guy? He goes ahead, he comes in here, you know, he immigrates from South Africa to my country. He comes to my country, and now he's taking over, and he started PayPal, you know, and sold it in 2002 for a few $1 billion, 1.5 billion, I believe. That was if I'm not missing that's the exact number. He comes in, right? And then after that, he starts his business, okay? And then after PayPal, he goes into SpaceX and he's got Tesla City and he's got all that stuff. And you're thinking, you know what? I can do better. You know, I'm going to go. But you're not paying attention to the fact that SpaceX had 3 failed launches and Elon was down to a few grand before the last launch actually saved them. And you might be thinking, well, do you know what? I got better what it takes. You never know, because for every success story, there's 99 failures. For every success story, there's 99 failures. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. Less than 10% of any and every business actually end up making it. So I'm going to tell you this. Listen, Linda, listen. Listen, Linda, listen. If it is starting a business, something that you're in, starting a business is something that you want to do. It's starting a business, then you have to understand that it comes with risk. So should you be an entrepreneur or should you be an entrepreneur? That's something I'm going to be covering here. But I want to go ahead and see most. Okay. I wish I edited the slides properly, guys. I'm going to just give you a heads up. My editing slides, it's not the best. But let's look at someone else. Steve Jobs, okay? Most people go, he invented Apple. You know what's crazy? Okay, you know what's crazy? There was a lot of people that actually think like, I can invent the next Apple. I can invent the next Facebook. The amount of time it takes you to invent a product, let me tell you something. Someone else has already come up with a duplicate. You invent that product, you know what China's going to do? They copy it. They create a duplicate. They create a copycat. Now, guess what? Your product is obsolete. Done. Your product is done for. Now, are you the next Steve Jobs? I don't know. But Steve Jobs started Apple, I think it was 19. Let me see if I can do this research here for you. If I can find the numbers here. Steve Jobs, actually, 19 in the 1970s, 1976. He got ousted in 80, I think it was 85, and then he came back in 1997 when Apple was about to go bankrupt, and he basically saved Apple. Now, are you the next Steve Jobs? I don't think so. Maybe. I'm not gonna talk trash about your dreams because your mom told you can be anything you want to be in life, and you believe that, so you can be anything you want in life. Listen, who am I to say you can't be anything you want in life? But do you want to be realistic? Let's be realistic for a minute, okay? Let me and you come together and kind of have a conversation, and let's be actually realistic for a moment. The odds of inventing the next Apple? Nah. I mean, you're too busy. You're working. You've got a full-time job. You've got kids. Who's trying to invent stuff with kids? I've got a 5-year-old, and when he's with me, I'm trying to invent sleep. Because I don't know about you, but when you have a 5-year-old hanging around you every time, a 5-year-old that's always there, just like, hey, Daddy, can we do this? Okay. Hey, Daddy, can we do this? Okay, fine. Hey, Daddy, I was like, dude. That's my experience with my 5-year-old. I love him to death. Absolutely love him, but my God. So try to invent a business with a 5-year-old, a toddler, or a brand new baby with sleepless nights. When you're not like, dude, I can barely stay awake. Okay? Now, that's a success story here where you have Steve Jobs. Are you the next Steve Jobs? I don't know. I wish I could tell you that you're the next Steve Jobs. I wish I could be like, yo, listen, my man, come here. I wish I could be like, yo, you are the next Steve Jobs. But is that really? Not sure. Nah, I don't know. No. Now, the next one is the next success story that I want to show you is Arietta Huffington Post. She sold it to AOL back in, I believe it was 02. I think it was 02 or 2011, something like that. She sold it to AOL. She got rid of the Huffington Post for 300-something million. And you're like, whoa, I can do that. I can start the business. I can sell it. I would love that exit. But the reality is that is a black swan. That's something that's not common. That's an event that because you see there's 11 success stories, there's 10 success stories, there's 20 success stories, but there's 6 to 7 billion people on the planet. There's 7 billion. That's a billion. Okay. That's like 9 zeros attached to it. and you have 11 people or 20 people, 100 people, 20 people at the top, that is less than a fraction of a percentage that is actually the success story. So if you're trying to say, you know what, I'm going to be the next, I don't know if you will be, possibly you will be, but let's set for realistic, achievable goals. Let's make an extra 10 grand a month. Let's make an extra 15 grand a month. Let's make an extra 20 grand a month. That, I believe, is something that's a little bit more realistic as opposed to, hey, I want to be the next billionaire, be the next Elon Musk. You know, I can go down the list. You know, Reid Hoffman. Basically, we can go ahead and go to Reid Hoffman. We can go down the list. There's a bunch of stories. We got Reid Hoffman. We've got Oprah Winfrey. I mean, everybody knows Oprah Winfrey. You get a car. 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 You get a 2002. I can't remember what car it was. Well, you get a car. Listen, as much as I want to say you all get a car, you all get your dreams achieved. You get to be a billionaire. You get to be a billionaire. You get to be a billionaire. As much as I could say that, the odds of that actually happening, it all honestly depends. It honestly all depends. I don't really believe in luck. I believe in work, and I believe in the vehicle. Choosing the right vehicle. Vehicular. Okay? So, and one more thing I want to go ahead and talk about now. As much as I want to share these positive stories, and the way I'm presenting is completely different from any boring presentation. I'm not here to bore you to death. If you're bored to death, I totally understand. It's a presentation, it's PowerPoint, and most people don't like PowerPoint. But if you're not here to get bored to death, let's keep going, guys. So, unsuccess stories. We've got pets.com. How many people here know pets.com? I don't know if you do know pets.com, but these are companies that started during the dot-com bubble. The dot-com bubble was a time in the early 90s where pretty much everything was like, if you had anything, any business that was on the internet, the odds of you succeeding, the odds of you getting venture capital was next to like 100%, because everybody, it's kind of like the AI craze, right? I was like, ChatGPT. It's kind of like the same thing. It's like people are like, whoa, the dot-com. The internet, you know, the dot-com was like, oh my God, I have a business, you know, pet.com, webvan.com, segway.com, Kodak.com, blockbuster.com. So many businesses started and failed. And here's the interesting thing. Webvan, go look up the history of Webvan. Webvan started out with basically the mentality of delivering your food to you and delivering your groceries to you in 30 minutes. That's how it started. And guess what? It failed in the 90s. It failed when it first started. And then now look at what's going on. You got Instacart. I just Instacarted something. In your country, I don't know what country you're in, but you've Instacart. I just Instacarted something. You can Uber Eats. If Uber Eats started 20 years ago, Uber Eats would have failed. If Instacart started 20 years ago, 25 years ago, Instacart would have failed. If all of these businesses that exist right now started 20 years ago, they would have failed. So how do you know whatever new next generation, you're like, hey, I have an AI that can act as a dude's girlfriend. You know, he can call and text her like, hey, listen. She's like, oh my God. And he's like, what? She's like, what? He's like, what? He'll be like, oh, I just came back from work and I have nothing to do. And then you're like, my AI is going to be like, it's piggyback from ChatGPT. And it's like, hey, welcome back from work, fake husband. Because I can tell you this, listen. The amount of I can go into as much as the amount of lonely guys that are out there, and I can tell you that if you invented that, even if you invented it 70 years ago, I think you would still make millions, because the market for that is vast. You got a vast market for that. But that's not pretty much that. That's not what I want to go. But all right, so let's go and talk about Kodak. Kodak is what do you call this? Is a oh, my camera's going to act crazy, guys. All right, I'm going to stop it. Hold on. Bam. Okay, so Kodak was basically a camera feature. I'm not too familiar with Kodak, but basically, I mean, it tried to revolutionize too early, and then it went bankrupt. Can you afford to take that risk? Do you have the skill set? Because there's this whole craze of like, build a brand new business from scratch that you do not know on your part-time basis. Do you have enough time in the day? Are you willing to sacrifice sleep and sacrifice time with your family and your relationships to build this hustle, this business? Are you? Really? Tell me, is that something that you are willing to do? Okay, so as much as I want to go ahead and dive into this business, the unsuccess, the people who failed, I don't really want to talk about failure. But the reality is this: failure is a necessary part of success. And most people are like, hey, you know what? I want to start a business. You know what are the should you start, should you, and the main principle and the main premise I was trying to cover is, should you start a business basically from scratch, or should you go ahead and like kind of like, hey, you know what, become the C, get into a business, start, because that's what most people are doing. You get into Walmart, you start as a bagger, and then hopefully, like, hey, I'm going to be the manager, and then one day I'm going to be the CEO. Is that possible? Yes. But the odds of that happening, slim to none. Can you do it? Yes. But the odds of that happening, very, very slim to none. Okay, that's one thing I want you to kind of go ahead and understand there is. So I want to go ahead and share a story with you here. You're not going to see it because apparently my presentation, my slides are a little off. So there's two people here. You're on YouTube watching this. If you're on YouTube watching this, let me know. You guys know who Susan Wojcicki. She rose in the ranks. She started working as a in the marketing department at Google in 1999, and now I think she is or was the CEO of YouTube. Okay, that's when you hear someone say Susan. Whenever you hear people say Susan, she is. I think she is, as of this point in time, the CEO of YouTube. Someone correct me about that if she is actually still the CEO of YouTube. But Susan came in 1999. She rose up the ranks, and then she obviously became one of the head high-ranking officials at YouTube. And you're like, hey, you know what? I could go that route. Could you? I don't know. Could you? Is that something that might be in the works for you? Maybe. But there are other people that have the same goals. There are other people that have the same visions. There are other people that have the same dreams. There are other people that have the same ideas in mind. So the odds of that being you, it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible that could be you. But is that really an angle that you want to take to give 30 to 40 years of your life, hoping you might be CEO one day, and it never happens? Because for every Susan, there is 1,000 non-Susans. Okay? For every success story, there's 99% of people that didn't make it. And I hate to say that is sad. That on its own is tragic. That's terrible. But that is the nature of life. That's the nature of life. And the reason why I'm bringing this to you is because a lot of people have a lot of flawed business models as far as what they want to do. Most people don't even start business because unless you're starting a business because you believe that product should exist, most people are just starting a business because they want to make more money, more moolah, more moolah. Most people start a business because they want to make more money. And the reality, the truth of it is this: is 90% of businesses fail. 90% of businesses fail. And the reason why 90% of businesses fail is 90% of businesses fail for the singular reason that most people who basically start a business don't start it because they started for the right reason. Because guess what? Unless you believe that you want your business to succeed, if you think about it, when Nike first started, I think when Nike first started, unless you started your business with the concept and the principle of saying, hey, I believe that my business should succeed. I believe that my business should be out there. I believe that my business has something of value. I believe that my business has something to provide. I believe that my business in some way, shape, or form is beneficial to people. I believe that my business is here to inherently change lives. Because Apple didn't just give us a product. Apple didn't just make money. Apple changed lives. Lives, I tell you, changed lives. Now, unless you believe that in your overall, whatever it is that you're going to create, whatever it is that you're going to invent, whatever it is that you're going to do, whatever it is that you're going to bring to life, whatever it is that you're going to inject into the world, unless you personally believe that this is something that should exist, this is something that is beneficial to people, this is something that's going to change your way of life, this is something that's going to influence the way people see and go about their day-to-day activities, unless you believe this is something that's genuinely going to change your vision of your life, should you really do it? Do you have the skill sets of marketing? Do you have the people skill sets? What should you do? And I want to share with you guys something. And this is what I want to share with you. I want to share with you guys this. Okay, this is very important. Is the personality traits. Okay, the personality traits of people who should be entrepreneurs and people who should not be entrepreneurs. Okay, personality traits. Okay, my slide's a little off, guys. Listen, I just made this. I'm. The goal is to come to you guys live to make sure that you guys basically see me live. We're interacting. We're talking about real world stuff. Okay. Are you resilient? Are you resilient? Do you have the ability to bounce back from failures? Are you genuinely resilient? You're not. You're not resilient. A little thing happens, you know, a bill here comes, a debt comes, or something happens, and guess what? You feel down, you feel stressed. Something happens in your life, and you start complaining and crying about it. You're not resilient. If you're being honest with yourself, most of you can't even if it can't even it's haven't seen real life stressful situations. You're scared of failure. You're scared of rejection. You're scared to even go to your boss and ask your boss, "Hey, can I get a raise?" You're scared of doing that. You're scared of going out there and walking the world and actually believing in yourself. You're scared of it. If you're not scared of it, then you'd be doing it. You're like, hey, man, you raise your voice at me. Maybe somebody needs to tell it to you. Somebody needs to raise their voice and tell it to you. You're not resilient enough. You're scared. You're worried. You're like, is it going to work? What about if it doesn't work? Guess what? You get up and try it again. Imagine if babies and toddlers, once they were born, just imagine this. Imagine if babies and toddlers, once they were born, the baby and the toddler it falls down the first time, and it's like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna get up again. No, I'm done. Nah, that's it. Why can this? I'm not. Nah, I'm done. I'm just gonna be calling everywhere. No, I'm done. Just imagine it. Imagine a toddler does, a baby does that. You'll be like, what kind of baby is this? Why are you giving up? Why are you giving up? You're going to be like, why are you giving up? Why? Genuinely, why? But if you're like, hey, the toddler falls down, gets up the second time, falls down, gets up the third time, falls down, gets up the fourth time, you're like, that's my baby. That is my baby. Most of you forgot what it is like to be that resilient baby. Because imagine if you gave up when you were 1.5, 2 years old, then you would be crawling right now. You'd be crawling to work. Just imagine yourself crawling to work. They'll be like, hey, Tim, do you have today's paper? And you're just like, I do have the paper because I gave up when I was 1 year old. Now, I'm not making fun of anybody who crawls or anything. My mom has been disabled for the past, it's been a while. But it's not that. So I don't want anyone to kind of, someone's going to take this and clip it and go crazy. You know how the internet is. But basically, I just kind of wanted you guys to share the point is resilience. Are you self-motivated? Are you that? Okay. Let's use a scenario. I'm going to use an example right now. Okay. I'm going to use an example. I want you guys to pay attention. I want to use an example. Are you that person that will, let me find some fun. Are you that person that will literally, your alarm goes off at 6 a.m. and you turn around and you hit the snooze button. You're like, snooze. I ain't waking up right now. No. You go back to sleep for 5 minutes. Alarm wakes up again. Snooze. 5 minutes. Snooze. You're not self-motivated. You're not self-motivated. Self-motivated what? You're not self-motivated. No, you're not. If you and I are being honest with each other, there is zero, absolutely zero self-motivation. Can you guide yourself? No. Because if you could, you would. You got to be willing to get up and do the work. You got to be willing to tell yourself, you know what? I am not going to sit and eat Cheerios all day. I'm not going to sit and just while away my life. I work on a do-it principle. You see, people believe in motivation, and they believe that motivation basically comes from like, I got to feel motivated to go to the gym. I got to feel motivated to do something. I got to feel motivated to go out there and do some work and mow the yard, lawn, whatever you do. The reality is this, is motivation does not come before the action. You put in the cart before the horse. You take action, and in the action, you get inspiration. And from the inspiration, you get the motivation. Let me tell you something. Before I click on the life, I don't want to do it. But I'm like, you know what? Let me just do something for 5 minutes. Let me just show up. So I show up, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do a meeting with my staff. We'll do a meeting. After that, oh, good, I'm getting it. All right, let me write a presentation. One more thing. Oh, nice, this is cool. Oh, let me go ahead and do a live. Wait, I've been working since what time? That is the process that it takes. Is you have to understand. You have to understand that the action is what creates the motivation. You see what they say? I can't remember what the principle is. It says an object at rest tends to stay at rest. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. You got to stay in motion, my friends. You got to keep moving. Okay. Now, if I sound a little bit extra today, it's because I believe that you need this information. And if I'm here talking to you like, hey guys, this is what I think you should do. I think you need to do this to be motivated. I think you need to do that. I think you need to do this. You're going to turn it off and you're going to go ahead and go in your life and just continue doing something random that adds no value, zero value. I want to make sure you get this message. You're that guy. You get this message and you understand that in life you have to grab life. I don't want to say by the B word, but you have to grab life by the horn and you say, you know what? I'm in control. I'm going to take action regardless of how I feel. And if you're somebody who's not self-motivated, I don't think if you cannot, the little things I'm giving you, the little pointers that I'm giving you, if you cannot actually, self-motivate, then hey, you know what? Going into business, it's not for you. Don't even do it. Don't even try. Don't. I'm very serious. Don't. But let's go back in here. Is risk tolerant. Oh my God. I think I just lost about 80% of everyone watching this right now because majority of people are not risk tolerant. I just lost about 80% of people right now because majority of people are not risk tolerant. So I think I just lost a lot of y'all right now. Risk tolerance to a lot of people is something that does not exist. A lot of people are not risk tolerant. So I think I just lost majority of the people. Hey, it's perfectly fine. I understand you're not risk tolerant when it comes to tolerating risk. You just give up very easily. You're just that person that's like, I don't like taking risk. No, why do you want to take risk when life is long? You need to be enjoying life. You shouldn't take risk. Why should you take risk? Because a lot of people are in that frame of mind where they do not believe in taking risk. They do not believe that risk is something that they should be doing. They do not believe in the whole concept that you have to be willing to risk it for the biscuit. I heard that very recently. You have to be willing to risk it. And if you're not willing to take a risk knowing that there's a possibility it might not work. And if it doesn't work, then you go back to being resilient. And if you're resilient, guess what? You take action. You move. You keep doing what you got to do. Keep moving. You keep taking action. That's what life is about. Next is creativity. How creative are you? Most people are not creative because the reason why creativity comes in is this. In the Army, there's a saying that no plan survives first contact. No plan survives first contact. What does that mean? That means that if you're planning right now, your plan A might not work. You have to be willing to be on the spot, improvise. And then also you improvise, and then you have to be willing to take a risk knowing that this may or may not work. And if it doesn't work, then what's next? If it doesn't work, then what's next? You guys, are you guys catching my drift? Are you catching my drift? Let me know if you're catching my drift here. So that is basically another thing is you have to be creative, flexible, the ability to pivot. Creativity comes in, your ability to say, okay, you know what, we're going for this plan. This doesn't work. So we're going to go ahead and try this other plan. But guess what? You know what? We're able to be flexible. And that's the beautiful thing is most people, when they start a business, I'm going to say this is the big mistake most people do. When they start a business, they try to get all these teams of, I have the marketing team. I have a team of this, a team of that, a team of those, a team of that. A team of everything. But they don't understand something that the more people you have in a car, the bigger the bus, the harder it is to steer. When you have a big bus, okay, you have a big bus or big trailer, the harder it is to steer. The reason why small companies need to be able to pivot fast is because you're nimble, you're small. You're a small company. There's 1, 2, 3 people. It's easy for you to make a direction. You have a meeting and you go, okay, hey, you have a meeting with all two of you, 3 of your staff members. Like, hey guys, we're gonna do this. And you're like, okay, cool. I agree. Let's do it. And then you pivot versus imagine when you're like in a position where you have 50, 70, 80, 100 people. Now you have a meeting with them like, hey guys, we gotta do this. There might be no income for the next week or 2 weeks. And everyone's like, whoa, I got a family to feed, man. You can't do that, bro. You can't do that, bro. No, bro. Nah, bro. Listen, I'm gonna go down the street and go work for Joe Schmo. No, bro. It's not what I signed up for, bro. No. I'm gonna go to the competitor with all the skill set that you invested $100,000 in me. I am going to the competitor. No, bro. No. That is actually genuinely funny though. So just imagine that. Imagine that situation. That's the reason why it's almost see it as a benefit That is just you. See it as a benefit that you're the only person that's there. It's a benefacto. It's a benefacto. It's a benefit. It's a benefit. See it as a benefit. Because if you don't see it as a benefit, guess what ends up happening? You, my friend, might not last long in business. I'm just saying. So make sure to pay attention to that. All right, guys, let's continue on with the slides here. So non-entrepreneur personality traits. People that should not be entrepreneurs. If you're watching this, listen, if this is you, then you need to fix it. You need to fix it. Because if you're suffering from this, then more than likely it's not even just affecting your business life, it's affecting your personal life. If you have a fear of failure, you're paralyzed by the thoughts of failing. You have a fear of failure. You have a fear of failure. You're afraid of things not working out, then you should not take action, because a fear of failure is evidence of failure. If you're afraid of things not working out, I can guarantee you that it's not going to work out. That is the law and the principle of the way everything works in life. Is fear of failure is evidence of failure. So if you're not willing to put in the work, knowing that it might not work, but you're still going to do it anyway, then no, you should not. Don't even go start a business. It does. Don't even just keep doing whatever it is you're doing. It's fine. It's risk-free. It's relaxing. Absolutely, 100%. Keep at it. That's good. But I can tell you something. I'm a big believer that comfort is the enemy of success. The more comfortable you are, the less you actually strive for success. The less you actually go out there. The less you actually do whatever it takes to get that success. Now, indecisive. If you're an indecisive person, please don't. What is indecisive? Indecisive does not mean you make decision. Indecisive it takes you 2 months to make a decision. The key to business is speed. You have to be willing to speed. Speed is key. Speed is key. And if you're not willing to be fast, if you're not willing to make a decision fast, if you're not willing to pivot fast, then I can tell you this, man, that business is not for you. Not for you. But the next one is dislike of risk. We've already talked about it. If you're not risking, don't do it. Need for instant gratification. Impatient people. Oh my God. This is something that I suffered from. I kind of still do. Impatience. I want something now. Give it to me now. Now, impatience. Impatient people, I'm going to tell you this. If you have this need for instant gratification, then you're not going to succeed in business, because you want everything to work out now. You want everything to work out fast. But the reality is, things don't necessarily work out immediately. There is a time frame. There's a time that everything has a waiting period. Everything has a time frame and everything goes through. There is a lapse period. There is a time frame that you have to be willing to wait. Nothing is at all instant. There is no such thing as instant gratification. There is no such thing as getting the results instantly. Everything, I'm going to repeat this again, everything 100% takes time. So you have to be quick to pivot. But when you get that result, if you don't like it, sometimes you got to move, change, be willing to move, be willing to change, be willing to change, be willing to move, be willing to change, be willing to move, be willing to change, be willing to change. It's very important. Now, the next one is poor people skills. I don't know if it's you I'm talking to. Okay. Might be you. Okay. You have if you are somebody that does not get along with people, because you have to understand, you have to be a leader. If you're someone that doesn't get along with people, I'm going to say this straight up. Listen. If you're not someone that doesn't get along with people, then 100% business is not for you, because guess what? Business is a people. It is a people game. And business is an expansion of who you are as an individual, is an expansion of who you are as a person. If you are not someone who gets along with people, I'm just shaking my head at you. Because the reality is, business, not for you. Not for you. If you're not willing to be if you're not willing to interact with people, if you're not willing to say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna talk to this person, I'm gonna do this, then that business is not for you. So now I want to go ahead and there's something I want to go ahead and show you guys here real quick. And I want to go ahead before we dive into the next slide. So the next slide is basically an interesting slide. And I want to go ahead and basically share this with you. And let's see.
2023. Number 1, recurring revenue.
So this is basically, I want to introduce you guys to a business model. And the business model I want to talk about is a business model in which, remember, I've spoken a lot about, you're like, hey, because the thing is this, is a lot of people are in a situation, or you might be in a situation, I've spoken to you like, hey, what business should I start? What business should I do? Here's the summary of it. I personally, if you ask me, I think the risk that it takes to start a business in this current day and age, legal, financial, sacrifice of family, that it takes to actually get, the time that it takes to build a business, build a brand from scratch. Most of you are not willing to pay the price, but there's an easy way. There's an easier way. There's an easier way. The easier way that I want to share with you is an easier way, and that is a way basically in which you can own an existing business. Imagine this. I want you to imagine if you could own a business, okay? But you can own a business in which in this actual business, you didn't create the business. Somebody else created the business and said, hey, you, Martha, you, Luke, you, Darth Vader. Star Wars fans, only Star Wars fans going to get it. If you're not a Star Wars fan, I don't know. I can't talk to you. You got to be a Star Wars fan. If you don't watch Star Wars, then we can't relate. We ain't cool. We ain't cool together. We ain't cool. We ain't cool. But what if there's a way in which someone starts a business and says, hey, I will sell you the rights to my business. This is an existing multi-million-dollar business. I will sell you the rights to this business, and all you have to do is pay a monthly subscription. But guess what? Before you even pay the subscription, I will give it to you for free. You can test it out to see if this business is actually a business model that actually fits you and fits your brand. And if this business actually fits your brand, then that's perfectly fine. You can go ahead in the 14 days that you're given a free trial. You can use those 14 days to acquire customers. You can get customers in, but your customers are now going to basically be paying for your subscription that you're using. Now, what are you going to do when you get the subscription, this license? You're basically going to say, you know what, hey, I have existing futures. I have a company that basically does ABC. I have a company that basically does CDE. I have a company that basically does EFG. I have a company that basically does this. And I can go ahead and use that company. I can resell the rights to that company, and I can call it my own and say, hey, it's Emmanuel's cool, awesome company. It's Emmanuel's kick-ass company. What if you could do that? What if that's something that you could do? Now, what I wanted to go ahead and do right now is I want to go ahead and I want to show you guys what you get when you basically start a business, you start a company in which you're basically building recurring revenue. Now, this is basically a test account that I'm going to build. I'm not going to show you because we're actually live, so I can't really blur stuff, so I can't really show you my actual account. So what I'm going to do is let's go ahead now and let's dive into this. All right. So this is a platform. Most of you who will follow me know the Rise Results, the Rise of CRM. Now, I've done a lot of custom programming work, but we've built our own custom CRMs that we use. But GoHighLevel has given us the ability to pretty much it's basically we have the ability to build our own platform on top of GoHighLevel, because think about GoHighLevel is giving you the foundation for an existing business. GoHighLevel gives you the foundation for an existing business. GoHighLevel gives you the ability to pretty much, you can basically, from the comfort of your own home, start your own company, your own business. Sell the futures by basically paying a monthly subscription to GoHighLevel for the futures to generate an income. It all depends on you. This is not me guaranteed. This is something that we've generated ourselves. This is not something you may get it, you may not get it. Of 10, 50, 20, 30,000 a month. The business principle is very, very simple. It's like GoHighLevel gives, you find business owners. Okay. You find business owners, which are basically, it could be, let's say a plumber. What do plumbers need? They need reviews, because most plumbers aren't familiar with how the internet works. And you, my genius friend on YouTube, are familiar. They give reviews. Okay? Plumbers get reviews. Plumbers need reviews for their services. Plumbers also might need a website. Okay? And you're like, okay, yeah, makes sense. Plumbers also need a way to answer calls and send text messages. Okay? What about if you think about it from a perspective of, let's say you have a business, okay? Let's say let me see before I go ahead and share this real quick. Let's say you have a business, and your business is, whatever your business is, and basically you get them. Someone calls you and says, "Hey, Emmanuel, can I talk to Emmanuel?" And then they miss you, right? For some reason, they're like, they don't, they call your phone, and you get a missed call, right? They for some reason seem to miss your call, and they don't they don't they don't get you on the phone, right? What if there's a way in which you can basically give, you can literally just by basically a button right here. Literally, once they call, I call them like, "Hey, ring ring, plumber," and then they're like, "Oh, go get my voicemail." Rather than you losing that lead, using that customer, they will get a text message saying, "Hi, this is Joe Smo Plumber. I saw that we just called that you just called and we missed your call. How can we help?" And then they text back. They actually text back, and people actually will text back. You're like, "Whoa, okay, okay, cool, 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 cool." You're like, that's actually pretty cool. That if you ask me, I would say generally that is pretty cool in the sense as to, if someone calls you, you miss them, guess what, you can get a text, and you can communicate with them via text, and you don't end up losing the lead, you don't end up losing the customer. You're like, okay, Manuel, that's cool, that's good and well, but I don't know how to build a website, honestly, man. I don't really know anything about websites, so you might as well just forget about me, man, because I don't know, man. I don't know about websites. I don't know anything about WordPress. I might have tried WordPress at some point, didn't work out, but nah, I don't know. What about if there's a way? Just literally click create new website. There's templates. You click a template. You literally just click continue. Okay. You come up here and you find the service that you want. Okay. If you're talking to lawyers, you find lawyers. You show more. Let's say we're looking for something. Let's say something similar to plumbing, home services. Okay. Okay. So you come up here and you're like, okay, let me see. Oh, we got a plumber. We have a website for a plumber, right? We have a plumber here. We have another construction service here. We have appliance repairs. We got solar energy. This is all website templates that's already built. All right, let's find plumber. Click select. You're like, all right, let me see if I like this website. Okay, Joe Schmo Plumber. Okay, 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 okay. I like this. I like this. It's got my features on there. Click continue. All you gotta do is click here and you click get this template. Once you do, give it about a second. Give it a second or two. Let's go ahead and refresh this page. Give it about a second or two. And then once you do, you come up here and let's find our plumber template. That's not it. There you go, right here. Plumber template. I click on that and boom, I have a website. I've got everything. All I have to do is edit it. The editor is super, super simple, super easy, super simple, super easy to do. I'm going to put a link right now, guys. I'm going to put a link in here for those of you who want to basically go ahead and grab it. I'm going to go ahead and put a link right here. And you can go ahead and claim a 14-day trial by basically going down there to free 14-day trial. Go to risingresults.com/free trial and you can claim a 14-day free trial of high level. Okay. But you basically have a very, very, very simple, very, very, very easy. It's already done. All you have, I know my internet is kind of slow and trash. We edit template, and guess what you actually get access to? When you sign up, for those people who sign up for high level, you get the link. My team and I will do a one-on-one 1 hour free onboarding call for you. That means you jump on Zoom with me or a member of my team for 1 hour for free. And this is before you become a paid member. And once you become a paid member, you get access to another 2 hours or 3 hours of personal one-on-one coaching, or you basically get opted into the live group coaching with me, where I teach you about how to acquire customers. I teach about what customers are suitable for you. And listen, this is just one of the features here. We have basically you can build a website automatically. What about if there's a way in which you can basically, your customers like, all right, well, I need more stuff, right? Let's see your customers like, hey, Emmanuel, I need the ability to run advertising. I don't know how to run ads. And you're like, Emmanuel, I don't know how to run Facebook ads. Let me look at you right now. Let me look at you guys. Let me look at you right now. Like, Emmanuel, I don't know how to run Facebook ads. I don't. I don't. I don't know how to run Facebook ads. I don't know how to advertise to get leads for my business. My business needs leads. It needs leads. What about if there's a way? You don't have to worry about learning about how to run Facebook ads. The software will automatically run the ads for you. Like, my God, jeez. All you got to do, let's go ahead and get back on my fancy screen. Come up here in Ads Launcher. When you get your onboarding code, we will also help you and select and basically set it up. Now, this account's not connected, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stop my share on this screen. I'm going to find an account that is connected, and simple as that. Basically, just got to connect your Facebook, and I found one. So literally, all you got to do is come up here, and once you come up here, you basically click Launch New Campaign. You come down here, and you find whatever niche. Oh, plumber. We have a plumber right here. Boom. Leaky pipes can cause extensive and costly damage. Fix it fast for only $99. We offer a water leak repair service. Now, this is a separate feature that comes in. This is a separate feature. You can pay for it separately. But you choose this template. And when you choose this template, you basically say if you want to get it on a lead form, if you want to get it on a landing page, or if you want to get it on Facebook Messenger. What does that mean? Basically, all you do is you click a lead form. What's my daily budget? Okay, I'm willing to spend $10. Okay, what's the website? I come up here and I paste my website. Okay, let's paste the website. That's the website you go to get your free trial. Now I come up here and I'm like, okay, Manuel, what do I want to target? What's your state? All right, state. I want to target by state. I want to target the state of Florida. Boom. All right. I can target by county. I can target by, zip codes. If I want to target zip code. What's the media? Do I want to change the media? Let's say I don't want to use the media that I currently have. I want to use a different media. I can use a different media. What's the text? Do I want it to say, get your leaky pipes fixed, or do I want to put something else? No. What's my privacy policy? That's included. Facebook pixel. And then all you got to do is click launch campaign. You have a Facebook ad that's already going to launch it within a matter of days. You're generating leads. And this is literally how easy it is, guys. You pick a template. That's how easy it is. Now think about it from a perspective as to, okay, you're like, all right, that's perfect. Plumbers, all of these people, they need businesses, they need stuff, they do all that, but I don't know, man. What is in it for me? What can I do? What am I? It's like high level is good, but why? Why should I label high level? Why? Listen, for a 14-day free trial. Literally, with a 14-day free trial, you have access to basically your own software that you can put your own logo in and start selling and start generating monthly recurring revenue. I want you guys to basically, I want to share this with you too, basically, so you can see, you understand this video properly.
People pay a subscription, and so every month, as you get more subscribers, you get more money in the bank. It's a much more predictable way of generating revenue and provides stability in the process. Number 2, scalability. Since it's an online platform, you can have customers in every country in the world, which provides the opportunity to serve more people with less infrastructure. Number 3, lower costs. You can build it with a laptop, an internet connection, and a couple subscriptions. And if you
All right. So he basically summed it up for you. He basically summed it up for you and told you, basically saying that it's low investment to start. For a free trial, you can own your own company. For a free 14-day trial, you can run and start your own business. That's one. Number 2 is basically it is already a proven framework. And when you join the coaching program, when you work with me, one, we will show you, even on the free trial, you may not get that as much exclusive time, but on the free trial, we'll show you how to basically set up systems in which you can go ahead and generate new business, get new customers in. Okay? It's already working. People are already doing it. We're doing it. We run in a VA service. The VA service we're already using it on our VA service. This is something you can do. It doesn't matter where you are. You're like, hey, maybe you're thinking like, this is not for me. I don't know anything about white label. I don't know anything about this. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about business. I don't know anything about software. I don't know about company. What am I supposed to do? I understand if you're overwhelmed. I understand if you are overwhelmed. I understand if you are in a position right now where you're like, dude, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. That's what you are thinking right now. Is this really for me? White label is not for me. I'm not a software guy. I don't know what monthly recurring revenue is. I'm just trying to feed my family. That's all. That's it. That's all. Here's the thing. If you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always got. And if the results that you're currently doing right now is getting you what you currently have, then it's only a matter of time in which and then you're going to keep getting the same results in the next 5-10 years. The only difference is if you do what you're doing right now and you keep doing it in the next 10 years, you're going to be 10 years older. Keep doing the same thing that you've always been doing. That's the reason why you need to change the way you move. That's the reason why you need to invest in a business, in yourself. And literally for a free 14-day trial, when you go to rizonresults.com/free trial, once again, that's rizonresults.com/free trial. You basically get a 14-day free trial of the software. And once you do, you send an email. Send an email. You go ahead and send an email. Send an email to support at basically, you send an email to support at rizonresults.com. Okay, you go ahead and send an email to support at rizonresults.com. Once you have basically signed up for your free trial, you send an email to support at rizonresults.com. And once you do send an email to like, hey, Emmanuel, I've got my free trial. I've already signed up. I'm ready to go. Can you set me up for that onboarding call, that free onboarding call? I would give you 100%. You get access to an hour, 100% for free. Once you sign up with the link and you get your free 14-day trial support at basically rizonresults.com/free trial. You sign up, you send me an email, and you say I've signed up. And guess what? We will jump on and give you a 1 hour free onboarding call. And guess once you become a paid member, you have access to more coaching. And I will give you live access to my trainings as well. And I will do a one-on-one. I do a one-on-one private live stream where we go over high level, we go over how you can get more customers, we go over what business model should you be automatically billing, should we be doing invoices, we do invoices, right? We don't do the automatic subscription because we sell more of a high ticket, so we do a lot of invoices. Should you be doing invoices? Should you not be doing invoices? That's something we will basically cover with you. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's dive back in here as to basically you can focus on your strengths. All right, let's go ahead and you can basically be making 5 to 10K per month with GoHighLevel. Okay, how? Basically become a marketing consultant. You basically use GoHighLevel to provide the marketing features, which you learn when you basically join the Road to 30 coaching program. 2, you can use it for the website creation, funnel creation. You can use it and teach and help people with lead generation services, generate leads for them. I showed you how to run Facebook ads. Literally, I will connect you with software where you can go ahead and say, you know what, I can basically set up the account. And guess, you want to know what's the best part about it? The best part about it is you're not the one that's actually setting up the ads. They can do it directly from their accounts. You basically have your own software rather than you logging in. Just imagine the dashboard that I have. Your clients also have access to their own dashboard. They get their own personal dashboard, one-on-one, and it's all your brand, your logo on there. And then 2, they're paying you. It's your business. It's not mine. It's you. Okay? You can help with run a webinar campaign, training and support, advertising services. You can also help with CRM features. If this is who's basically who are your customers? Real estate agencies, real estate agents, independent sales reps, e-commerce businesses. Okay, local services business. I showed an example for plumber. The insurance agents. I get calls and emails from insurance agents saying, "Hey, Manuel, I watched your ad. I watched your video on how to set up, this life insurance campaign, and I want to see how you can help me set it up with GoHighLevel." That's perfectly fine. I'm like, hey, okay, good. Did you sign up for the link? Okay, good. Let's go ahead and jump on. And once we jump on, I showed them exactly what I did. Now, now full disclaimer, guys, I'm not in the insurance industry anymore. I don't sell insurance anymore. I did it. I was successful with it, but we had built up an agency so that collectively as a team, and we're doing shy of $1 million a year. That was a very good. I would say that was productive. That was good. But then again, all of that, and I talk about that. If you watch my previous videos, I spoke to you guys and I've told you guys exactly what happened. So, but doesn't mean that still comes with basically insights that I basically share with you. So, local service businesses, digital marketing agencies, the digital marketing agencies that need those services. And you can go ahead and use those use GoHighLevel to basically generate and get more customers and share some more value. And consultants and coaches, remember, they got to email the customers. They need a way to market, to manage a CRM. They need a way to get people to interact with them. They need a lot of features, and you basically have access to those features. GoHighLevel. You basically, for free, you sign up for a free trial, and you can charge as much as you want. $200 a month, $300 a month, $400 a month, $500 a month. It all depends. The link is right there, guys. rizonresults.com/free trial. I'm going to say it again. rizonresults.com/free trial. The link is going to be in the description as well, guys. So make sure to go to rizonresults.com/free free trial. RiseandResults.com/free trial. Listen, that's pretty much it. And obviously, there's a few questions as far as, how do I know that, how do I basically know that high level is, what is the tools? How do I get access to the training for GoHighLevel? That's perfectly fine. Just go ahead and email. Like I said, guys, email. Once you go ahead and send an email to support@RiseandResults.com. Once you send an email to support@RiseandResults.com, we will jump on with you. And once we do jump on with you, we'll help you and show you, like, hey, okay, so, but I don't know anything about, even ads at all. Is there a way you can help me with that? Is there a way in which you can guide me and teach me? That's perfectly fine. Listen, guys, my background as a teacher is an instructor. I used to teach people how to fly airplanes. I've taught almost 300 people how to fly airplanes. And I taught people before they even learned how to drive a car. And that's not, that to me, most people might say it's complicated. This is easy. So go to RiseandResults.com/free trial. Go there right now, guys. Go there. Let's make sure. Go to RiseandResults.com right now /free trial, guys, and claim your 14-day free trial. Once you do not forget to email support@RiseandResults.com. And guys, listen, I will see you tomorrow. And I'm gonna try to see if I can do a live podcast as well, guys. I'm gonna do a live podcast. I'm gonna do a live podcast with you guys where we basically go live and we talk about stuff, and I introduce my guests and we talk and we chit chat and all the good stuff that comes with life. And that's all I got for you guys today. And it's a pleasure for all the 300 people that joined me today. I see we're 300 strong. The 300 Spartans. What is your profession? That's about it, guys. And that's all I got for you guys. Everyone have a good evening. Have a good night. And as